Okay, doke. Alright, we're live on Discord. We're live here in the stream. Everything's good. Everything's set. Get my phone plugged in. I started the stream a little late. Not the end of the world, though. Just got home, so I'm kind of still getting my stuff organized. I was like, oh, gotta make sure I get started. We don't usually do 2 streams a day. Hello, Ani. We don't usually do 2 streams a day, but today was kind of important to do a second stream, a follow-up stream, because we got news, pretty big news here. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the charts, and let's go to, actually put it in the thumbnail of the video here. Let's go to Facecam screen cap. Yeah. That's how you know I really wasn't prepared. I haven't even zoomed in yet. Let me go ahead and turn down the music. Alright, and everything should be coming in nice and clear. Okay. So, Aragichi. I totally butchered that name. I'm only on one device, so I'll hang in here to boost YouTube. Oh, I mean, thank you very much, Ani. Thank you very much. Yeah, the passage for all commercial vessels through the Strait of Hormuz is declared completely open for the remaining period of ceasefire on the coordinated route, as already announced by Ports and Maritime Organization of the Islamic Republic of Iran. It's very good to see, but there's some caveats here, because if you look at the S&P, everything looks really, really good. But if you look at DXY, not so well. This was the same announcement, and we've totally reversed the move. So what's the deal with the dollar? What is the deal here? Well, apparently, it's not all rainbows and butterflies at the moment. So if we go to financial juice, Trump said, we're just going to go down here from top down. No money will be exchanged. Deal process progressing well. Trump is just literally saying these things. I do not think there will be many significant differences. Talks will continue over the weekend. Talks are to take place in Islamabad only. I think I can trust the Iranians. The IRGC strengthening our combat units on the border has discouraged the enemy. Yeah, that's propaganda. Moody says, even in scenario where Iran's ceasefire were to be sustained, it will take some time for trade flows through the Strait of Hormuz to return to normal. We brought this up in the last few streams. This is the primary issue that we all really have. If I go back to here, actually I need to do that. Put this dude over there. So then I can, there we go. So if we go to the chart and we see this, we've been saying, hey, even though things are fairly risk on, there's a bigger problem right now. Explicitly with issues of down the road, the next few economic prints for the next several months are not going to be very growth positive or inflation positive. There are consequential economic ramifications from this operation, from Epic Fury. And, you know, don't get me wrong, this was a relief rally on news of a ceasefire occurring. It seems to me now, looking at this reaction on the dollar, because we got really good news and continued good news, the fact this thing completely reversed is a bit concerning, because you don't see that on equity markets in the ES, right? You do not see that here in equity markets. You can look at the 10-year. you do not see that in the 10-year yield. You can look at oil, and you kind of see it a little bit in oil. It just bounced off 80 there. Freaking oil dropped 11%. This was kind of crazy. This is a kind of a crazy drop. Hello, Harold. Hello. And also, I see a couple of people hanging out in the Discord. Thank you guys very much. I see Forex Gabar in there. Hello, very much. Nice to see you guys. Also, outside of just the regular water that you see me sipping on every now and again, I finally went ahead and picked a Blue Moon. It's Friday. I did all my work early today, so I'm having fun. I'm ready for the weekend. I'm ready for a good time. Also, it's not even, it's 1, so everything's fine here. Oh, 14, Kari, nice to see you. Again, a lot of people weren't able to make it for the very first stream, so it's another reason to do another stream. But I'm not just going to be doing like double streams for nothing. We're going to be doing these streams whenever there's stuff that meaningfully happens throughout the middle of the day. So yeah, a lot of these assets are doing really, and then of course we can't forget crypto. All-time history index, Bitcoin also has done phenomenally well. It's now up where I expected it to be. You can actually see we drew this at the very beginning of the last stream. Chug some for us, dude. Show. No, I'm not chugging. You know, I like to sip on my stuff. I really like my stuff in moderation. Because, man, you really can take it too far. You really can take it too far. But when it comes down to this, the follow through here, man, that was kind of right on point. We reached the expected price way sooner than the expected time. And you can see that's today's date when we were streaming earlier today. Around 9-ish hours. I'm just turning down the music a little bit on my end on the stream. Hello, Forex. Oh, Forex, I see you got your hand raised in the Discord. Let's see here. Do I have stage options to actually let people up on the stage? Or to say hi? How do I... Let's see here. Maybe I should look at the open chat. Oh yeah, you're just waving, saying hi. Hello, Forex. Yeah, nice to see you. Requested to speak. Oh, there you go. Yeah, give me a sec, Forex. I'll bring you up. If you're still on in like 10, 15-ish minutes, because I just need to go over a few charts here to get my say in on the updates, because we still have to go over some of this stuff here. Let's get everyone on the same page, and then anyone who's in the Discord, like Forex Kabar here, man, it's nice to see you again, chat. He's been in the Discord for a long time, but I haven't seen him, so it'll be nice to talk to him. But yeah, if you want to open message, if you want to hop in, we'll go ahead and start doing this, where if you want to speak on the stream, you can raise your hand, hop on, and say hi. Follow TOS and all that jazz. So Iran tells mediators reopening of Hormuz is still limited. Yeah, this is kind of the main issue. They're still charging. They are still charging for ships to go through. Meta plans layoffs in May. Yikes. Okay, so Meta doing well on layoff numbers. Not so great. Where is... Trump touts Apple manufacturing program. Okay, so there's a couple of equity-related things that we have to check out. So we have to check out Apple real quick and Meta. So Apple is also nice and up on the day. It's at a peak in the ranges. And if things continue to go well, I wouldn't be terribly surprised if it moved a bit higher from here. But you do find the top for the month around there quite frequently. Let's see here. Yeah, that's it for the week. And now let's look at seasonal odds for next week real quick. real quick. Let's look at the seasonal odds. We're going to do a workshop on pivots, and in that workshop, I will be bringing up probability pivots as one way to bias the pivots. Wow, so pretty good odds here of going to higher prices here. Let's just see how much higher. Wow. Sheesh. Okay. So it looks pretty straightforward on that end for Apple next week. So maybe not necessarily 180, but wouldn't be terribly surprised there. And then for the month, yeah, check that out. Probability weighted pivot low here for the month. Again, for seasonal data, you have to have seasonal expectations, and that's what's loaded here into this indicator. Oh my God, we're tapping the probability weighted pivot high. But yeah, when you start trading past this R1.5, you're kind of dealing with a guesstimate of, okay, odds are equally as likely for the month of getting your top between R1.5 and R3 here on Apple. So you got to be careful trying to catch shorts around in this area here, because it just means that the volatility is going to be much higher. And when the volatility is much higher, typically in order to protect yourself on, with an apt stop, you're going to be reducing your size on a much more significant side of things. I closed my Kari here, so as I closed my Aussie yen trades last Friday before CPI. Now, I wasn't able to catch any of the risk-on moves. I mean, I did catch some of the risk-on moves, and I also catched some of the risk-off, but I was trading Aussie dollar. And you can even see it here, here, and here. So I had, I didn't do well here on this trade because that went against my expectations. So I hit continuation, I hit that reversal, and then I actually did another trade after the stream in reaction to that news. And you can even see maybe the line, right? So that is the trade. I actually went long here at the break when the news came out. Because remember, what I said on the stream was, oh man, you have to have your eyes glued to the squawk right now for any updates that could come out. I gotta sneeze, give me a sec. So I kept my eyes on the squawk, and in doing that, I was able to catch the long, and the trade was way, way, way up here. It was actually doing pretty well. It was up 30, 40 pips at one point. It was doing pretty well. And then we got this really hard reversal. None of these other markets got a similar type of reversal. Crypto, bonds, commodities, and equities did not have the same kind of reversal as FX did. So I'm very, very curious as to what's the unique data point or factor here that has justified this move explicitly in the FX markets versus all of these other assets. And I moved my stop a little bit above and to take profit. So then when I was away from the computer and I saw the stop out, I'm like, what? What? How? Don't tell me it really did, and it really did. Yeah. So I was very surprised about that. That very much is a very apt description of this is the elevator up and the escalator down. It's kind of the perfect description for this. It looks like a high heel shoe. That's actually kind of what it looks like. It looks like a high heel shoe. Elevator up, escalator down. And it's not just Aussie, it's all these dollar pairs. Actually, I want to check out the yen pairs. Yeah, the yen pairs did not see the same move. So it's specifically the dollar. And the yen actually did really well here. And the reason why the yen did really well here is because the opening up of the Strait of Hormuz has a greater impact on Japan versus a lot of other countries. They're much more dependent. Now, Australia is quite dependent, so I would have assumed that this actually moved maybe a bit less than some of the other yen pairs. So if we look by percent change, yeah, euro yen moved a lot less, almost 100 pips. You can see how much more worse that is. New Zealand also not doing so well. All the yen pairs, everything is doing terribly except for dollar yen, right? It had the rally. It wasn't as strong when the news came out that the Strait was opening. And by the way, now that there's news that the Strait is opening, guess what? It also means that there's a lower likelihood that the Houthis are going to try and close the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. So we'll likely see a continuation, a positive continuation. And right now, I'm just trying to get a hold of exactly when the meetings are happening. So over the weekend, we're going to be looking at the research channels in the Plan the Profit Discord. And we're going to try and figure out the important dates that we know so far. Because I heard they were meeting today. I've heard that they're meeting over the weekend, which could be Saturday or Sunday. And then I also heard that they're going to be meeting on Monday. I really don't know that they're going to be doing all these meetings 4 days in a row, guys. So what I'm looking for, and what I could use some help with in the research channels. So if I do this, and also this to kind of make it look cool. So here's the events stage. I'm here in the research forum here. And what I'm doing is I'm looking for help in this thread, the Follows Islamic Republic thread. And right now I'm looking for any news on the timing of these meetings. Because if these meetings also line up with, for example, really bad flash PMIs next week, it's not going to look so great. We're going to then, from, let's say the peace agreement is done. Iran gets some money, and Iran is no longer, they hand over all their nuclear material. And they make a few other concessions, and they get the money that they've had locked up back to rebuild parts of their country. Once we are past all of the relief rallies related to the Iranian peace agreements between Iran, the United States, and Israel, once we are past all those relief rallies of all the announcements leading up to the agreement and then finally get the agreement, people are going to start to focus their expectations on the future into those strategic views we've been talking about the last few streams of over the next few months. The bad economic data that's come as a ramification from this operation, Epic Fury, is going to come to light. So the handful of things that I really need help with is figuring out specific dates for peace meetings. And then also dates for the most impactful growth and inflation metric releases. And I know we can just look at an economic calendar, and we will be doing that. But it's also a matter of getting people into the channel. And maybe we should make a new trade forum thread here. We can actually make it right now. So I'm going to make a trade forum thread where we'll do this research. But it's going to be focused on some economic events here. So we're going to tag all these. And we're going to call this Iranian post Epic Fury relief rally trades. Maybe that's not the best name for it. But that's generally speaking what I'm going for right now is, okay, what is the best way we can prepare ourselves for these trades coming up? Because those trades are likely going to be swings. So some things we need to watch and then determine what assets will be impacted. So central bank relative cash rates, growth / inflation, relative rates. So that means comparing growth and inflation from, let's say, the United States against the growth and inflation in Europe. Because that will impact more than just currencies. That's also going to impact cross-asset things. So it's also going to impact whether or not more people are into US bonds or into European bonds, whether more people are actually into US equities or European equities, and then vice versa, and etc. for all these other countries that we need. Now, it's one thing to... Oh, and then we need Iranian peace agreement and negotiation dates. And then I'm parentheses, I'm just going to put like flash PMIs. April 21st. So give specific dates and then an idea of what assets are impacted. Let's see here. And let's say it's fine to share cross post from other research threads. If you can, post trading view charts with arrows or position drawings. Date marks or position drawings. There we go. So add a chart if you can with some drawings on it to kind of show the trade plan here. Okay, I'm going to post this into the YouTube chat, and I'm also going to post this into the events chat. And then I'll post it in general. Okay, so now it's kind of time. I would like some more back and forth now, some more FAQ sort of stuff. So I'll go ahead and before bringing you up for Escobar, I'll ask if you're ready to come up, and then when you say you're ready, I'll go ahead and invite you or bring you up if I can. Just so I'm not just bringing you up without you being ready. That's all. But yeah, let me know in either YouTube, Discord, or whatever. Because otherwise, this is going to be a really short stream of we need to be aware that reversals can be coming in, but there's probably going to be a couple more relief rallies. And we need to be cautious of those relief rallies going into specific economic events. And that's what that thread is going to be, is figuring out generally collaborating on when these reversals can take place. And then I'll get a link actually to this stream. Details on thread. Video. There we go. All right. I don't know, Harold, if you're here, you want to come up and maybe even just say hi, because it seems like we're probably done. This will be like a really short 30-minute stream. But other than that, if no one's gonna say anything, I am. Oh, okay. That's a bit weird. I guess I'll stop screen sharing. That looked a little too weird. Hey, you can see my OBS there. Yeah, you have to guide me how on Discord. Oh, I think I can just invite you. Yeah, the stage is a little different. So I'll do that. I send you a little invite. And then you should be getting a notification here in the event stage chat. Yeah, there you are. Now you should be up on the stage. Yeah, there you are. And you're muted. All good, my man. I mean, thank you for coming in and hanging out. It's very, very nice to have someone to hang out with. Especially you, Harold. You're very chill. Very, very chill. Let's see here. As the blockade continues, the Strait of Hormuz will not remain open. They did not win the war and these lies, and they will definitely not get anywhere in negotiations. That's interesting. All right, we will see how things go. Yeah, it seems you're still muted. Still definitely muted. You have to unmute. Yeah, you hit accepted. Now you have to, or pick a microphone. Maybe your microphone isn't working here. I know Forex Export, you said you wanted to come up and speak, but you didn't respond back in the chat. Oh, there you are. Now you're unmuted.
Hello?
Hello. I hear you.
Hello, Joe.
So, how are you, my man? I know it's and all that, but it's very good just to see you on here. I didn't actually...
I'm not hearing you.
Oh. You're not? Huh. I mean, Discord is still showing my information here. Let's see, we got some technical problems. Not hearing you in Discord. Yeah, it's too weird. Let me go ahead and try. Okay, now can you hear me? Hello?
Can you join now?
I can hear you. But you'll probably need to...
I'm only hearing you on YouTube, not in Discord.
So let's try that. Yeah, because I should be able to hear myself. Test, 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 test. Yeah. All right. Well, we did our best. We tried our best. I'll go ahead and end the event then. Okay. I'll just end the event here. Oh, I heard something. Anyways, I will go ahead and end the event. We've been kind of dilly-dallying with technical issues for a little bit. But I'll rejoin General Voice. Alrighty. Okay. I'll go ahead and say thank you guys for watching. And for those of you who stuck through the technical difficulties. But most of everything we wanted to talk about was done the first 30 minutes. Hell, if you want to hang out, you can always hop back into the general chat. And we can see if that fixes it. Because maybe it's something that happened with the stage or whatever. But thank you guys very much for watching. I've been your boss, Joe Boss. And I will see you all in a